Thank you for joining in today's video I am going to show you how to create some easy florals here. And I have some paper there that is from Art Philosophy, and the paints are also from Art Philosophy. The square size I believe there is 8 by 8, if anyone was curious about that, the paper block size there. It's their smaller one. And the brush I'm showing there is the Princeton Neptune, and that was the size 12. That's a nice, like, big fluffy brush to get these, like, big juicy petals. So I'm just going to start off with a little bit of water and some of my purple there, and then mixing it with a tiny bit of the red, just to give it like a little bit of a warmer tone there. And then I'm just going to drop it in. And the type of like style that we're going to be doing today is very free-flowing. Nice expressive florals today. And I'm just using some water and like fluffing the edges there and letting it bleed a little bit out. And then I have another brush there, that's my size 8 from the Silver Black Velvet. And this time I'm mixing a little bit more red just to switch it up a little bit. And then while the top petal is still wet, I'm going to drop in a little bit more of that deep purple. And then again with my bigger brush, I'm just adding the water there on the edges to let them bleed out. And I just keep going back and forth with the red and the purple there. And to switch it up for some extra contrast, I'm going to go a lot darker with the purple up top here. And in the lower center part, I'm just going to add a little bit more red, just so that the centers are a little bit deeper. And then I have this blue here is a little bit lighter than a Prussian blue. And I'm just going to mix it in with the purple. Again, just to give some a little bit more variation and then deepen up the centers a little bit. And the blues always look really nice with the purples. And around what's already here, I'm going to start to create some flowers with the blue. So we're using the same technique all throughout this painting. And then you can just use whatever like leftover water is on your brush and just drag it down a little bit and play with your free-flowing shapes or small strokes. And again, I went in with a little extra paint just to deepen up a tiny bit there. And then you just let it bloom. And then for some balance, I'm going to add just like a couple little petals here and there with the red. Well, this shade is actually a little bit more of a magenta. It's certainly not like a bright scarlet red or anything, so we will say it's closer to a magenta. And for this last little flower, I'm only going to use the purple. And for the deeper green, I am mixing a green that's already there with some of that deeper blue. And then we're going to finish this off with some leaves. Leaves and some like little vines and fillers. And as far as placement for the leaves, I'm just looking around and seeing what needs some balance, what looks too empty. So those are some ideas there for placement of your leaves. And right here in the center, I'm just going to drop a little bit more of that deep purple. And I'm just checking around to see if anything that got too light needs a little extra paint. And with the blue here, I am deepening up the edges a little bit, but I'm also just making some small lines just for some details like veins on the petals. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned for more.